And we're ready to go with this ball game here at Lafayette. Here's Connors Booth. Good high end-over-end kick, not particularly deep. Diminick has it on the 8. Brings it back to the 15. Goes to the 20, 25, and he is hit. And hit very hard at the 25-yard line. And number 34, making that tackle, was Tim Hunter. And they brought him down right on the 25-yard line, so it'll be first down and 10 to go now for Notre Dame. And the Irish with Brenneman at center, Bolger and Denardo at the guard, Sylvester and Neese at the tackles, Demerly and Casper at the ends. Tommy Clements, the quarterback. Pennock, Best, Bullock in that backfield. Demerly is split out wide to the left side. In the slot on the right side now is Pennock. And here is the give to Art Best off right tackle, and he is at the 35, the 40, the 45, at the 50, the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20. He's down to the 15. He's all the way down to the 10-yard line before Fred Cooper. The cornerback finally brought him down. Beautiful blocking over on the right side, Al Wester.
Beautiful blocking right, Van, and down the sidelines, and with 2 men out in front of him that covered 64 yards. Oh! Best on counter motion, coming from his left to the right on the handoff, streaking off of the right tackle, finding the action to the right side. At about the 45-yard line, he almost went down to one knee, managed to keep his balance, continue down the sidelines, 64 yards. First down at the 11-yard line. Van?
First down and goal to go. Best goes in motion. Bullock, the fullback with the ball, is down to the 5. He's down to the 4 and brought down on the 4-yard line. Parker, the right tackle. Mike Tassau, the left tackle. And Jim Wood. Randy Clark has just gone in as a linebacker on the left side for Purdue. The ball is on the 4. It's second down and goal to go now for Notre Dame on the Purdue 4-yard line. The ball game just getting underway. As a matter of fact, we've got 14 minutes and 5 seconds of playing time remaining in the first quarter. They line up with a wingback set out in the left. That's Best. He goes in motion to the right, and the give now is to Pennock, and Pennock is caught from behind by Ken Novak, the left tackle. Caught him from behind on the 5-yard line.
There's a big man in that defensive line, that 5-man front up there. Ken Novak is 6'7", 263 pounds. He had 10 tackles last week. He is really a defensive giant, Van.
It's the power I formation, the wing I formation. Pennock in the top, Best in the slot on the left side, and now Clements asked for timeout. He couldn't hear the signals, evidently. Best and Kornman are the running backs. In motion goes Pennock to the left, and here's Clements rolling out the left. He still goes to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Intended in the end zone for Demerly, and it's incomplete. He might have had a little deflection on that ball in that secondary, Al.
He was trying to throw into the corner pocket there. Demerly just couldn't reach outside of the end zone and keep his feet inside and make the catch. And right in the middle there, Van, unfortunately, Clements did not see Big Dave Casper, his big tight end.
From the 12, which would make it a 22-yard field goal. Doherty will hold, and Bob Thomas will attempt. The kick is in the air, and the kick is good. The kick is good. So there's a timeout with a score. Notre Dame 3 and Purdue nothing. DiMarzio is the man back there to receive, and Cliff Brown will kick off for Notre Dame. And here's the boot. It's a good one. High end over end all the way down into the end zone. DiMarzio brings it out to the 5, to the 10, the 15, goes to the 20, to the 25, and he is knocked out of bounds over there by Notre Dame's number 33. That's Mike Parker. Bobrovsky is the quarterback. And they have Gross and Herrick as running backs. Peterson. In motion now goes Herrick. Bobrovsky's going to run with the ball on the keepers at the 35. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line before he's brought down by Gary Potemka, the middle backer of Notre Dame, on the keeper, and Greg Collins, the linebacker, on the left side. And he found some blocking on that right side that brought him in there. And coming in now for Purdue is Larry Burton, who's a wingback, and he is replacing Dan Roman at the split end. So mark it now on the 35-yard line. It'll be second down coming up for Purdue, about 2 to go. They send Herrick in motion to the right. Bobrovsky giving off to the fullback this time, Pete Gross. Gross tries the middle of the Notre Dame line, gets to the 37-yard line, and is brought down there. In on the tackle for Notre Dame was Greg Collins again and Gary Potemka. Stock, Niehaus, Fanning, and Brown are up front for Notre Dame, with Collins, Potemka, and Smith backing up the line. Barnett, Bradley, Townsend, and Rudnick in the secondary. And coming out of there is Larry Burton, and Dan Roman goes back in. And Borowski is the quarterback, and Borowski gives it off now to the running back, Roy Kidd. There's a flag on the play and a fumble, and Notre Dame has recovered the ball, but whether the whistle had blown or not, Al, remains a question.
Greg Collins is the man who pounced on that football. It's an offside against Notre Dame, man, so that play comes back 5 yards, stepped off. Purdue moves it forward, and I believe up to a first down.
It's a first down now for Purdue on the 42-yard line. Bobrovsky's back to throw, throws a bomb deep, and it is incomplete. Intended for that number 22, Larry Burton, from Melfa, Virginia. He was covered back there, but Bobrovsky proved one thing, that he can throw deep, and Mike Townsend went with him step for step, but this youngster's got a good arm, Al. He's 6'2½", weighs 199 pounds. Two wide receivers on the left side in the I formation, Kidd and Gross. Niehaus jumped across the line, so it'll be illegal procedure against Notre Dame, which will walk the ball off to the 47-yard line in Purdue territory. Although Notre Dame is claiming that they drew him offside. It's illegal procedure against Notre Dame, as we call. Kidd and Gross now, the running backs in the wing T formation, and the give now is to Gross, the fullback, and Gross goes to the 49-yard line. And brought down there by Drew Mahalik. In there defensively in that linebacker spot for Notre Dame. And now Larry Burton coming back in, and Dan Roman goes out at the split-end spot. It's third down and about 4 to go, 11:15 to play here in the first quarter with the score, Notre Dame 3 and Purdue nothing. Bobrovsky is the quarterback, and he's on the keeper now, pitches it back to Kidd. Kidd trying to turn the corner, is nailed on the 49-yard line by Drew Mahalik from Birmingham, Michigan. He got it into Notre Dame territory. He went out of bounds over there, so it'll probably be marked on the 50-yard line, and it is, which means 4th down and 2 yards to go for Purdue. The crowd is yelling here for the Boilermakers, who are underdogs by about 3 touchdowns to go for it, Al, but they're not going to do that. Mike Terizzi is back there to do the kicking. He's from Hawthorne, New Jersey, and the kick is a low spiral. It's going to hit and roll, and it'll roll into about the 2-yard line, where it's killed by Purdue.
Larry Santini, the big tight end of the Boilermakers, down to cover on that.
Bad field position with Bullock in there, along with Pinnock. In motion goes Best. Clements on the keeper. Up the middle is dumped at the 6, and making the tackle there was number 65, Mark Gefford. 6'2", 213-pound senior from North Braddock, Pennsylvania. And he brought Clements down, who's also a Pennsylvania boy, on the 6, a gain of 4. It'll be second down now, and 6 yards to go for Notre Dame. Demerly is split out to the left side. Pinnock in the slot on the right side. In motion goes Best, and the give is to Bullock, and Bullock gets only about a yard, and that's all. He's going to be brought down on the 12-yard line, or check that, on the 9 or 8 or 9-yard line. Wait till they unpile, and Ken Novak is the man who made the stop. They're going to call it the 8-yard line. Now, series originated on the 2-yard line. The ball is now on the 8, so that means third down and 4 yards to go. So Clements is going to have to pick up a first down, or he's going to have to call on Brian Doherty, his punter. Demerly is flanked out wide to the left. Pennock's in the slot on the right side. In a pro set now, and here is the give to Best, and Best off right tackle at the 10. Brings it on to the 12, and he's mighty close to a first down. They might have to get the chain out here for the measurement on this one. Good blocking by Sylvester and DiNardo on the right side, and Brenham in the center. And it may be a little short, Al. It may be a little short.
I'm afraid it is going to be a little short, Van. Just about a half yard, maybe more. The Irish will have to punt this time. The Irish about a half yard shy after 3 downs for the 1st and 10.
They are 0 for 2 on third down situations, and Capra is going back along with Fred Cooper in a double safety spot. Capra and Cooper are deep, and Doherty will kick from the goal line. A good high spiral coming down on the 50. It's fumbled there, and there's a scramble for the ball, and let's see who got it. Purdue recovered it. It's a 40-yard kick. And taking that ball there for Purdue was Fred Cooper, and he fumbled the ball, and Notre Dame almost got it away from him. Santini's on the left side. In motion goes Herrick. Bobrovsky with the football, and he tries the right side of the Notre Dame line, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. He is brought down right on the 47-yard line, and Gary Patimka of Niles, Illinois, is the man who made the tackle. Now Larry Burton comes in. And it could be that Alex Agassi is calling some plays, Al, as he continues to interchange the split ends of Purdue. Two wide receivers, Burton to the left, and here's Bobrovsky going back to throw. He throws, and this one is caught. Down on the 38-yard line, and Burton made a fine catch, and he caught the ball right in front of Rudnick. Tim Rudnick was playing him a little loose there, and he almost had to keep from interfering, but there's an injury timeout. That's the second first down for Purdue. They have the ball down on the Notre Dame 9-yard line. We've got about 39-yard line. We've got about 7:40 to go here in the first quarter of this ball game. With Kidd and Gross, the running backs, in the I formation. Roman is wide to the right, and Patterson in the slot on the right side. Bobrovsky pitching it back now to running back Kidd, who's trying to go wide. He's going to be hit at the 39-yard line. He was hit by Steve Niehaus, and he lost a yard on that play.
Beautiful coverage there by Ross Browner, the freshman defensive right end of the Irish. He just slid across the field. There was nobody there to handle this big fella, and he is big, 6'3", 218, from Warren, Ohio. He is a dandy on that right end. He slid across there. After the pitch out came, the defensive back easily came up to cover, and there were two men on him.
Two receivers on the left side. And here's Bobrovsky going back to throw, in the pocket, throws, and it is incomplete. He threw it in front of Larry Burton. Larry Burton was the intended receiver, and you're talking about the defensive play of Browner, who was outstanding. He's a freshman, and the way he played that ball laterally a moment ago enabled Niehaus to make the tackle.
Notre Dame had the linebackers coming there. They had two of them blitzing, Gary Potempa and Greg Collins, both a heck of a lot of pressure there on Bobrovsky.
1 out of 3 for 15 yards for the quarterback. Two wide receivers on the left side. Bobrovsky is going back to throw again, and he throws, and this one is caught at the 26-yard line. It's picked off by Herrick, and the tackle was made immediately by Townsend. I don't know, Al. Townsend started to take a step away from him, and then he came back, but it was too late. He had it.
Bobrovsky throws a good, solid shot. It's not a bullet, but it's very close to it, and Herrick had a chance. 13 yards on the play. That will give Purdue a first down to the 26-yard line of the Fighting Irish. They trailed 3-0. Ben?
The sun is shining now at Ross-Ade Stadium, and this Purdue crowd going wild. They're about a 3-touchdown underdog, and wide to the right is Patterson. Bobrovsky now on a give to Gross, the fullback, and he cracks off right guard down to about the 22 or 23-yard line. And Mike Fanning made the tackle there for Notre Dame along with Greg Collins. Coming in now is Bob Herrick at the flanker. That'll take out Patterson. So Purdue moving the ball. They have it down on the 23-yard line of Notre Dame. They have it 2nd down and 7 to go with 5 minutes and 58 seconds of playing time remaining in the first quarter. Bobrovsky now is rolling out the right, looking for a receiver. Throws one that's incomplete, intended for the fullback, Pete Gross, and broken up in there by Luther Bradley, the left safety man for Notre Dame.
Fine matchups there, Van. Defensively there, Notre Dame had Reggie Barnett matched up there with Herrick on a one-on-one situation for the pass if it came, and they also had Tim Rudnick going against Dan Roman, so it'll be a matchup of 1-1 there.
Big third down right now for Purdue. They've got 3rd and 7. Kidd and Gross, the running backs. Two wide receivers to the right. Back is Bobrovsky, and he throws incomplete, intended for Roman. Almost intercepted down there, and it is incomplete. Almost intercepted. Roman was really upended there, yelling interference down there.
He made that little curl-in pattern in the middle there, and just about the time he looked for the football, somebody hit him. And up in the air, legs, shoes, everything went head over heels.
Well, they're getting Connor, the kicker, in here. Frank Connor from Converse, Indiana, will attempt a field goal from the 30-yard line, which would be a 40-yard field goal. Rizzi will hold the ball. It's marked at the 30. Here's the kick. And it hit the goalpost. It's no good. It hit the goalpost halfway up. Bullock and Pennick are the running backs in a pro set right now. And Clement's on to give to Pennick. And Pennick off left tackle fights his way to the 24-yard line, getting 4 yards on the play. And he's brought down in there by Ken Novak, the left tackle. He's from Willowick, Ohio. Ball will be marked on the 24-yard line. It'll be 2nd down. 6 yards to go now for Notre Dame. Here's a change coming in for Notre Dame. Ron Goodman is coming into the backfield, and Pennick goes out. In the slot is Goodman on the right side in the pro set. In motion goes Art Best. And here on the counter play is to Goodman, and Goodman's going to be dropped on the 24-yard line. No gain on the play, and a brilliant defensive play by Mark Geffert, the right linebacker of Purdue.
Mark Geffert, the leading tackler here this season in 2 ball games, 21 tackles and 14 assists. He's a senior from North Braddock, Pennsylvania. Fine linebacker. Incidentally, this young man weighs only 213, and he had to gain 16 pounds this year to anchor the Purdue defense.
They have a double wing formation with Best going in motion to the right, and Clements is going back to throw. Rolling out to the right, he throws, caught at the 37-yard line. And it was caught in there by Notre Dame's Pete Demerly on the 37-yard line. That'll be first down and 10 to go. Clements looked very cool on that play. He rolled out to the right. He's the young man who played last week's ball game and was the outstanding player of the game. And he was playing, of course, with a very heavy heart as he had been saddened by the death of his 13-year-old sister. 14 yards gained on that play. It's first down and 10 to go from the 37-yard line. Best in motion to the right. The give is to Bullock, the fullback, trying to go outside. He's going to be dropped back on the line of scrimmage. Chevitello, the linebacker on the left side, number 32 from Villa Park, Illinois, is the man who made the tackle for Purdue, along with Mike Tasso, who's in there defensively. And they're going to mark the ball on the, let's call it the 37, make it second down and 10 to go for Notre Dame. We've got 3 minutes and 40 seconds of playing time remaining in the first quarter of this football game at Lafayette, Indiana. And Pennock is back in there as a running back with Bullock and Art Best, a fumble, and now Clements is going back, and he's going to be dropped back there at about the 23-yard line. Heftizer is the man who did it. Came in from his defensive right end spot, and Clements fumbled the ball. It bounced up in the air, and he lost 12 yards on the play. He managed to come up with a football, but he's nailed back on the 25.
Mark Brenneman had the snap. The ball hit the hands of Tommy Clement, just popped straight up into the air. You could see it spinning about 8 feet up there, and as it came down, Clements was the man to grab it.
Best in motion to the right. Clements now is going back to throw. Throws a swing pass to Goodman. He's at the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45. He is out of bounds up on the 45-yard line. Sylvester did a tremendous job of blocking on the play. He didn't get enough for a first down. So that will bring up a fourth down for Notre Dame. 2 minutes and 34 seconds. He stepped out of bounds on the Notre Dame 45, and that will bring Brian Darty, the punter, in for Notre Dame. A gain on the play of 20 yards. He only needed 3, Al. He'd had the first down.
That's all he needed, Van, but he didn't quite get it in. You've got to admit, these fellas, when they start blocking, the Irish get those blockers out there. They do a keen job on that.
Capra and Cooper are the deep men, and Doherty gets his kick away, and look at this. Beautiful kick, and it's taken on the 16-yard line there by Capra. And Capra is going to be nailed, fumbles the ball, and Notre Dame has got the football on the 9-yard line. Capra fumbled the ball, and Notre Dame comes up with the ball right on the 9-yard line, and Gary DiNardo and Art Best were both right down there on top of that ball for Notre Dame. In motion now goes Best to the right, and Clements pitch out now to Best, and Best cuts in and gets to the 9 and to the 8, and that's it. Left side of that Purdue line, Tinkman and Novak in there to make the stop, Chevitello, and they're going to mark the ball on the 8-yard line. A gain of 2 yards. It'll be second down and goal to go now for Notre Dame. Goodman is coming in, and Art Best goes out. Clock shows 2 minutes of playing time in the first quarter. Notre Dame leading Purdue by a score of 3-0. Pennock in the slot on the right side in this pro set. 2 running backs, and Pennock is in motion to the left. And here's Clements rolling out to the left, looking for a receiver, throws to Goodman, and just out of his reach in the end zone. Incomplete. Ron Goodman, the intended receiver, and just out of his reach. 1 minute, 40 seconds to go.
Ron Goodman, as he slid in out of the end zone, I believe his helmet and his head hit the steel post down there that holds the wire fence. And Van, he is out down there.
Goodman gets to his feet, so he's evidently all right. Demerly split out to the left. They're in a double wing formation. And the quarterback is Clements, and Clements is going back to throw. He's being chased out there. He's going to be brought down way back on the 18-yard line. Making the tackle for the Purdue Boilermakers was Tim Armstrong, number 49. The middle backer, a 6'1", 234-pound junior from Toledo, Ohio. Nailed him back on the 18. They're doing a good job in that secondary, Al, of covering the receivers.
Well, they're putting the pressure on the quarterback, but Clements had all day to throw that football. He rolled out. He hesitated too long. Apparently, he was too well covered. Field goal attempt coming up, and here's Bob Thomas.
Thomas's kick is from the 24, and the kick is no good. Listen to this crowd at Purdue. They're happy about this Boilermaker team right now. Purdue takes over on their own 20-yard line. Bobrovsky's the quarterback and sends a man in motion. The give is to the fullback, Pete Gross. Gross is nailed right at the 20-yard line. Best gained 63 yards on the first play of the game, but Notre Dame now has only 51 net yards in 12 carries. So the ball is marked on the 21-yard line. Fanning made the tackle along with Niehaus to make the stop. Burton is in and Roman is out. That's a change at the split end for Purdue. They're in a pro set now right now, and they send a man in motion. Herrick to the left. Bobrovsky rolling out to the left, looking for a receiver, and throws one to Herrick, and Herrick has the ball on the 28-yard line. Roy Kidd it is with the football. He's tackled by Rudnick and knocked out of bounds over there on the 28-yard line. That was Roy Kidd, a gain of 7 yards on the play. So that'll make it third down and about 2 to go now for the Boilermakers with the ball on the 28-yard line. The series originated on the 20. 7 yards gained on the play, and now checking in for the Boilermakers, number 82 is John Walling, who's a tight end. So they've got 2 tight ends in there right now. In motion now goes Herrick to the right. And here's Bobrovsky rolling out to the right. He's going to run to the ball. He's at the 30. And he breaks the tackle, brings it all the way to the 35-yard line. Reggie Barnett had him by one leg and couldn't hold him, and then Greg Collins had to make the tackle for Notre Dame. And it's a first down for Purdue, and the ball is on the 35-yard line. And that's 4 first downs for the Boilermakers.
Bobrovsky really handles that quarterback option beautifully, Van. And I've got to say they've got a good-looking pair of guards in Jeff Romack and Ralph Beretta, both of them, number 68 and number 69 for Purdue.
There's the gun, and that's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Notre Dame 3, Purdue nothing, and now this for contact. Bobrovsky is the quarterback. They got 2 men over here on Burton, and now here's the try by Pete Gross getting the handoff. He brings the ball up to the 37-yard line. He got about 2 yards on the play, and Drew Mahalik makes a tackle for Notre Dame along with Mike Fanning, the right tackle. The ball is marked on the 37. A gain on the play of 2. It'll be second down and 8 yards to go. And now Bob Herrick comes back in. Patterson comes out. That's a change in the backfield for the Purdue Boilermakers at the flanker spot. 2 wide receivers to the left. Kidd and Gross the running backs. Bobrovsky's back to throw. He unloads it, and it's caught. And then, let's see, he trapped that ball down there, but the official says it's complete. On the 47-yard line. He looked like he trapped that ball, didn't he?
I thought Bob Herrick had first, his hands went around the football and then he dropped it. But the official says no, he caught the football and fumbled it and recovered it, apparently. So it comes in at the 47-yard line. It's good for 10 yards, and it's good for a first down. Purdue with a big first down now, almost at the midfield stripe.
I formation, 2 wide receivers. Burton's on the left side, and here's the quarterback, Bobrovsky, going back, and he unloads a bomb deep downfield. It's caught by Burton. It's a touchdown for Purdue. Beautiful play. He got behind the defensive back, Rudnick. Listen to this crowd. He got behind Rudnick, and Bobrovsky laid that ball out there beautifully, and Burton sprinted into the end zone. Here's the kick by Connor. It's good. And with the score, Purdue 7, Notre Dame 3. There's a timeout on the field. Now this for Delco. Connor's the kicker. Goodman is deep along with Deminick, and Goodman's got it on the 6. He's back to the 10, 15, to the 20, 25, to the 30. And he brings it to the 31-yard line, and Cedric Adams is the man who made the tackle for Purdue. 2 running backs, Bullock and Best. In motion is Pinnock. The give is to Bullock, and Bullock tries the middle of the line, brings it up to the 37-yard line. Knee hit the ground around the 36-yard line. There was a flag on the play. Tim Armstrong, the middle backer, is the man who made the tackle. Flag was thrown, and let's see what happens here. It'll be a walk-off against tackling the face mask against Purdue. So that will be a 15-yard penalty against the Boilermakers, which moves the ball all the way to the 49-yard line. First Purdue penalty, 15 yards. So place it on the 49-yard line of Purdue. Make it first down and 10 to go for Notre Dame. In the slot on the left side is Art Best. He goes in motion to the left, and the give is to Bullock, and Bullock is hit right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. As a matter of fact, he lost a yard, and Rick Chavatello, the left linebacker, the senior from Villa Park, Illinois, along with Joe Tinkman, number 93 from Cincinnati, Ohio, the defensive left end, making the tackle for the Purdue Boilermakers. It'll be second down and 9 yards to go now for Notre Dame. Demerly is in tight at left end. Casper set out a few yards to the right side. Penix in motion. And here's Clemens back to throw. He looks downfield, can't find anybody. He's going to run. He's down to the 40, fumbles the ball, and it is covered down there by Purdue. Clemens got a first down. All the way down to the 36-yard line. He fumbled the ball. It's covered by the Purdue Boilermakers, number 48. And that was Jim Wood, a defensive back, who recovered the ball for the Boilermakers. And so the Boilermakers have a big break right now. They're leading in this ball game 7-3, and they're really giving Notre Dame a battle.
And we've got a big upset possibly in the making here now. And the Boilermakers can add to that the possibility of that in this next series. Great field position again. First down, their own 35-yard line. They lead 7-3. And if they can move that football against the Irish, it could be an exciting afternoon.
Burton is flanked out to the left. Here is the quarterback, Bobrowski, going back to throw. Throws a swing pass out here in the left, flat, incomplete. Intended for Roy Kidd. Covering on the play was Sherman Smith, the right backer of Chillicothe, Missouri. Covering on the play, but it goes incomplete. Now wide the left side is Roman. In the slot is Herrick on the left side. One-on-one. Bradley's covering Herrick. Rudnick is covering on Roman. And here's Bobrowski going back to throw again. He unloads it, and it is caught. Dropped, and I don't believe he held it long enough that time, so it'll just be ruled incomplete. They got to the quarterback, Bobrowski, but not in time. He unloaded the pass again, so it goes back to the 35-yard line, where it'll be third down and 10. As I mentioned, he's going to keep it in the air.
Jim Stock was the man who really put the pressure on the quarterback.
Burton is wide to the left. He's one-on-one with Rudnick, and back goes Bobrowski again. He gets some time, and he throws the bomb again, and this one is intercepted by Notre Dame by Luther Bradley, the freshman safety man on the 32-yard line. So Notre Dame will take over on their own 32. Luther Bradley of Muncie, Indiana, is the man who intercepted the ball for the Irish.
A freshman from Northside High School in Muncie, Indiana. And a tremendous prospect. He's only 18 years old, Van, but he's 6'2", 195 pounds, and he is one whale of a defensive football player. All right, the Irish offensively will put it into action. They have the ball at their own 32-yard line.
All right, they're in a pro set. Waiting for it now is Clements, the quarterback, and he's rolling out the right, looking for a pass receiver. He throws to Casper, and he's got it at the 50-yard line, and Casper goes out of bounds on the 47-yard line. Dave Casper, the tight end. Jim Wood, the defensive back, the safety man, is the man who chased him out of bounds. Clements had exceptional blocking as he rolled out to the right. So it'll be a first down for Notre Dame, and they have the ball on the Purdue 48-yard line. Purdue leading in this ball game 7-3. 12 and a half minutes of playing time remaining in the first half of the game. Pinnock in the slot on the right. Demerly's in tight on the right side. The wing formation now with Best on the wing on the left side, and here's Clements rolling to the left side. Pinnock's trying to block for him, but now Clements throws, and it is incomplete. Almost intercepted by Jim Wood. The ball went right through his hands. He almost had it, Jim Wood.
Oh, that football popped right through Woods' hands, and he was jumping mad when he realized he didn't have the football. He reached up, and that was shoulder high, the perfect spot to make the interception if you're going to make it. Jim Wood missing one that could have been a big play for Purdue.
They're in a double wing formation. On the slot in the left is Best. In motion is Pinnock. And here's Clements going back to throw again. And he cocks his arm, throws one just out of the reach there of Pete Demerly, the split end. Incomplete. So that will bring up a third down situation. Third and 10 now. Demerly, the intended receiver for Notre Dame. Third down and 10. Purdue leading by a score of 7-3. Ron Goodman is in there now. Pinnock is out. Wide to the right side is Casper. In the slot is Art Best. He's in motion now and going wide to the left. Here's Clements going back to throw again. He's being rushed. He throws, and it is incomplete. Just off the fingertips of the tight end, Dave Casper. But the reason he's not hitting as well is because of the rush, and they're putting it on him.
Tim Rackey is the man that was defending there.
Wood is the deep man, and Brian Doherty back inside the 40. Wood back in a single safety now, and it's a high spiral coming down to the 10, taken by Wood. Wood is trying to go wide. He cuts in now and brings it back to the 19-yard line. That was a 38-yard kick, and making a tackle for Notre Dame was Sherman Smith. Kidd and Gross are the running backs, and in motion is Herrick to the left. Bobrovsky on to give to his fullback, and he's going to be nailed on the 18-yard line. Jim Stock, the left end, came in to make the tackle, and also in there was Mahalik, and that was the fullback, Gross, on the carry. Nice to have you with us today, wherever you are across the nation. Notre Dame battles Purdue at Lafayette, Indiana. The ball is marked on the 18-yard line. It'll be second down and 11 yards to go for the Boilermakers. High formation. In motion now goes the running back to the left. And here's Bobrovsky on a handoff to the fullback again, Gross. Gross is hit at the 20-yard line and is pulled down right there by Mike Fanning. Bobrovsky it was. He tried to hand it off there to Gross and then pulled it back, and he's going to be nailed. And he hit the ground on the 18, so there'll be no gain on the play. As a matter of fact, he might have lost a yard. Wide to the left side is Dan Roman. He's almost got to put it in the air. It's a double wing formation with third down and 12. Herrick in motion to the right. Bobrovsky's rolling out to the right. Fanning had a shot at him and missed him, and he's going to be nailed on the 22-yard line. He was hit over there first by Greg Collins, and then Reggie Barnett came up from the secondary, and they brought him down at the 22-yard line, and he is injured on the play, so it'll be fourth down coming up. Borowski is getting up very slowly. He was hit hard, but he's going to run off the field. He's a tough young kid. Bobrovsky is 6'2½", weighs 199 pounds, a senior from South Euclid. That's just outside Cleveland, Ohio. Bob Zanat goes back, and Mike Terizzi will do the kicking, the punter. He's 6'3", a junior, and he gets his kick away. Low spiral. Zanat is waiting on the 43. Zanat is at the 45, cuts upfield to the 47, is going to be tackled right there. A 36-yard kick. Tom Gibson is the man who made the tackle. Two wide receivers. Clements with the football, gives it to Pinnock. Pinnock at the 50, the 45. He's down to the 44-yard line before he's brought down. Fred Cooper, the right cornerback, is the man who made the tackle for Purdue. Got good blocking over there, Al, on the left side with Neese and Bolger.
Yes, with Bolger and DiNardo also helping them there. Neese throwing a key block there, but he had both the guards in there on the pull, Bolger and DiNardo, and they just work like a team. You don't get around these fellas. They're big. They're tough.
Second down and about 2 to go. The ball marked on the 45-yard line, a wing back. And now to give us the Best. He's at the 40. He's down to the 35. He's down to the 34, and he's got a first down for Notre Dame, and Mark Gifford is the man who made the tackle. Art Best got a hole right up the middle, brought that ball down to the 34-yard line, and that's 6 first downs for Notre Dame. And the Irish are trailing by a score of 7-3 with 9:35 to go. They rule it dead on the 35, so make it 1st and 10 from there. Best in 4 carries has gained 77 yards. Waiting for it, Clements, and he gives it to Pinnock, and Pinnock is in trouble. He's going to be dropped for a loss back on the 38-yard line. He lost about 3 yards on the play. Coming in from the right side for Purdue was Mark Gifford, along with Tim Armstrong, the two backers who were moving in there on him, and Pinnock was stripped of his blockers, had no place to go, so he cut back, tried to go up the middle, and was nailed on the 38. Demmerle is the one wide receiver. In the slot is Pinnock on the right side, and he goes in motion wide. And here's Clements back to throw, and he throws over the middle. It's completed to Bullock at the 25, and Bullock, he is out of bounds at the 24-yard line. That's a first down, and Fred Cooper is the man who knocked him out of bounds. And Clements hit his man beautifully on that, and he was almost blindsided, Al.
Beautiful play action there, Van. They give you everything to believe that ball was going to the right side. He came back after the play action, rolled out quickly to the left, and threw to the back, rolling out of the backfield. Now, this is one of the most deceptive things Notre Dame can throw at you.
4 out of 9 for 70 for Clements. Pro said he gives to Best, and Best is nailed right at the line of scrimmage on this first down play. He was tackled by Tim Armstrong, the 235-pound junior from Toledo, Ohio, the middle backer, making the tackle. All right, now it's second down and 10 yards to go for Notre Dame from the Purdue 24. In motion is Best, and the counter play goes to Clements. Clements at the 20, breaks a tackle, goes on down to the 16-yard line. Eric Pinnock tackled on the 16-yard line on the counter play, and Jim Wood is the man who made the tackle, along with Hefteaser, the right end from Peoria, Illinois. And so mark that ball on the 16-yard line and make it third down and about 2. Demmerle's wide to the left side. Pennock's in the slot on the right. I don't know whether they can hear the signals. This crowd is really roaring. Clements on the call with the third down, and he gives it to Best, and Best is down to the 9-yard line before he's hauled down. Art Best broke a couple of tackles. A great individual effort by Best for the first down for Notre Dame.
I'll say, and Chavatella knew it. Chavatella had to hold him. He had to have some help from Bill Knox there. Just a great second effort, because actually Art Best was stopped, man. He was stopped short of the first down on that play, and that meant the field goal try would have been coming up next. Instead, the Irish are inside the 10 with a first down.
First down and goal to go. Wing back is Pinnock. 2 setbacks of Pinnock and Art Best, and the give is to Best on the sweep. Now he cuts an over right tackle at the 5. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Bolger did a brilliant job of blocking, and after he reached the 5-yard line, Art Best was not touched. Notre Dame moved 53 yards in 8 plays, have taken the lead 9-7 with 6:48 to go in the second quarter. Now we'll have the try for point, and Bob Thomas is in to kick. Brian Doherty, who is the punter, will hold. This could make it 10-7. Waiting for the snap now. Ball is spotted, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with the score, Notre Dame 10, Purdue 7. There's a timeout on the field. Now this for Red Ball Transit. There's the referee's whistle, and we're ready to go with 6:48 to go in the half. And here's the boot by Brown. Short kick. Coming down here around the 6-yard line and taken there by DiMarzio to the 10, 15 to the 20, 30, 35. He's finally knocked out of bounds after a brilliant run back on about the 37-yard line. Knocked out by Greg Collins. I formation in motion goes Herrick to the left, and here's Bobrovsky on a give to his fullback, and he found a hole over the right side of that Notre Dame line. Gross, the fullback, on the carry, and Greg Collins made the tackle on the 43-yard line, a gain of 5. Second down and 5 to go now for the Boilermakers, who trail 10-7. We have exactly 6 minutes and 20 seconds of playing time remaining in the first half. Bobrovsky, the quarterback, and he gives it now to his running back coming through, and that is Roy Kidd, and Kidd gets to the 45, and Sherman Smith runs into him and makes the tackle right there.
Notre Dame adjusting up on the line there, Van. They're setting a 5th man in there. Potempa's been sitting in the middle there as a nose guard, with Browner and Fanning on his right, Niehaus and Stock on his left over there.
Burton and Patterson are both flanked wide to the right side. And here's the keeper play. Bobrovsky's at the 45 to the 46. And he's nailed by Ross Browner, the defensive end, at about the 46, which will bring up a 4th down unless Purdue elects to go for it. Their kicker will come in here, and he's coming. Cerizzi is coming in to do the kick. Punt for them, and the ball is marked on the 46-yard line, which means 4th down and about 1.5 yards to go. Rudnick is deep. Here's the snap back now to the kicker, and it's a low kick and bounding around on the 30, and it's killed by Purdue on about the 31-yard line. It'll be a short kick. So Notre Dame will take over on their own 31, and Erdman is the man who killed the ball there for Purdue. Waiting for it now is Clements. He gives to Pinnock. Pinnock hits the middle of the line, gets to about the 32, and that's it. He got about 1 yard on the play. And it's pretty tough going through the middle of that Purdue line. Mike Tasso, the left tackle, along with Rick Chevitello, the left linebacker from Villa Park, Illinois. Tasso, Scarsdale, New York. Wide is, no, they bring him in. Art Best is in the slot on the left side. Demmerle is in tight on the left side. Best is in motion. Clements now is going back to throw. He did a good job of faking, and look at the time he's got, and he throws incomplete. Intercepted. Intercepted on the 50-yard line by Racky, the left safety man of Fort Thomas, Kentucky. is the man who intercepted the ball, and I want to tell you, he had plenty of time to throw it. It went right through the hands of Dave Casper.
I'll say he did, and it went right through Casper's big hands as he went high in the air. Now, let me say something about this Boilermaker team that I should have said earlier. The Boilermakers beat Wisconsin 14-13, Van. They lost to Miami of Ohio 24-19, but they beat themselves in that game. They lost 3 fumbles, 2 interceptions, and missed 2 extra points and had 1 punt block. And that is why Miami came up with a win, although Miami played them a good game.
2 wide receivers in this I formation, 1 interception, 1 fumble for each team. And here's Bobrovsky going back to throw. Sets up, looks, throws, incomplete. He was hit just as he got ready to deliver that ball intended for Burton, and Mike Fanning was in there, and he belted him pretty good just as he got ready to deliver the ball, and that took care of his aim on that one. 4 minutes exactly to play in the first half. Notre Dame leading Purdue 10-7, and Burton coming back into the huddle now for the Purdue Boilermakers. The ball on the 49-yard line of Purdue, 2nd down and 10 to go for them. Bobrovsky, the quarterback, and he takes it, goes straight back to throw. He looks, he's going to be caught back there, and that's Niehaus with him, and Niehaus throws him down back on the 37-yard line. That big sophomore tackle, 6'5", 265-pound from Cincinnati, Steve Niehaus making the tackle. The whistle had blown at the 39-yard line. That's where the play is dead.
I got to believe Bobrovsky was aiming for the long bomb there. They had Larry Burton back in. That's their Olympic sprinter. You know, this fellow holds a world record in the 220 band. He can really travel. He was in the Olympic Games before. He was back in there, and he was matched up defensively with defensive back Tim Rudnick. That's the man that he beat before for the touchdown.
Rudnick is on Burton now, and Bradley is on the other receiver, Patterson, wide. Bobrovsky, they're trying the middle of that Notre Dame line on 3rd down and 20, and Steve Niehaus is in there again. And that was not exactly the best call for Borowski on that. Might have been a broken play because I can't understand why he did it. It had to be.
I got a feel that he bobbled the football. Now they're going to have to punt. Purdue goes into punt formation. Van?
Zanat goes back with Rudnick. Rizzi is back in kick formation. Gets the perfect pass from center. Gets his kick away. Coming down to Rudnick at the 21. Rudnick is nailed right at the 24-yard line. Brenneman over the ball. Donardo and Bolger the guards. Sylvester and Neese are the tackles. And in motion goes Pennock to the left. Fumble. And falling on the ball is Clements. On the 23-yard line, he lost 2 yards. A snap from center, and Clements fumbled the ball. So he did the smart thing, not try to pick it up. He just fell on the ball.
He's having trouble holding on to that football. That's the second time, Van, although this time the snap popped into his hands and right out and down on the ground. Before, it snapped into his hands and popped up in the air about 7 or 8 feet.
Ready to go now with Pennock in motion to the left, and here's the counter to Goodman, and Goodman is hit at the 25. No gain on the play. Ron Goodman tackled by Tinkman, number 93, the left end, who came in and upended him right on the 25, so no gain on the play. And here's a 3rd down for Notre Dame again. The Irish lead 10-7. The clock is ticking with 1:44 to go in the first half. Burton goes out. Best is back in now at that wing back for Notre Dame. Ready to go now is Clements as he sends Pennock in motion, rolling out to the left. He's going to run with the ball. He cuts upfield, is hit at the 30-yard line. And tripping him up there for the Boilermakers was Heftizer, the right end. Hofteaser, the right end of Peoria, Illinois. And now asking for a timeout is Purdue as Notre Dame gets their kicking team in here with a 4th down situation.
We've got 1:09 remaining here at Ross-Ade Stadium in Lafayette, Indiana. And Notre Dame, a tremendous first half, leading by a score of 10-7.
Brian Doherty goes back to kick, and Wood is the deep man now for Purdue. And the kick is away. High end over end. The fair catch is called for on the 32-yard line by Wood. So Purdue will take over on their own 32, and that was a kick of 38 yards. Waiting for it now is Borowski, the quarterback, and he gives it off now to Kidd. Kidd up the middle, and he gets to about the 34-yard line, and Potemka and Fanning are in there to make the stop. Let's see where they're going to mark it now. They rule the 36, so a gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down and 6. Burton and Patterson are flanked wide to the left side, and Kidd and Gross, the running backs, and the give now is to Kidd, and Kidd is tackled at the 38-yard line as he tries the Notre Dame right guard. And he was stopped in there by Nosbush, who's in there now for Notre Dame. They mark the ball on the 37. It's 3rd down. clock moving, and I don't think they're going to get a play underway. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, and no great hurry by Purdue, so the clock runs out. That's the end of the first half. With the score, Notre Dame 10, Purdue 7. Now this for Royal Globe Insurance. Here's the kick, and it's a good one. All the way down to the end zone. It's going to be taken there by DiMarzio and Downs. It'll be brought back out to 20-yard line. Kidd and Gross are the running backs. I formation in motion now goes Herrick to the left, and waiting for it is Borowski. He pitches it back to Kidd. Kidd on the sweep, cuts in at the 22, 23, and is downed on the 24-yard line by Mahalik and Fanning. Gain on the play of about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Van, the Purdue offensive thrust may have taken a severe blow because I'm told that Larry Burton, the Olympic sprinter who plays that split end, has no shoulder pads on, is on the sidelines. An injured shoulder may not play in the second half.
He's the man who caught the touchdown pass for Purdue. I formation, the wing I. Waiting for it now is Borowski, the quarterback. He's got one flanker, and he gives it off now to Gross, the fullback. Fumbles the ball, and I believe Notre Dame got it. Gross fumbled the ball. Notre Dame covered the ball. Mike Townsend leaped in there and came up with a fumble. That's the second fumble recovery today for Notre Dame. There's an injured Purdue player on the field. The trainer gets out. So there's a timeout with a score. Notre Dame 10, Purdue 7. Notre Dame ball, and here's Clements on a pitch to Pennock, and Pennock turning the corner. He is out of bounds around the neighborhood of the 26-yard line. After the fumble recovery by Notre Dame, with Townsend recovering the ball, the Irish taking over on the 30-yard line on the first play. Clements handing off to Pennock. Pennock on the sweep, gets it down to the 25. So a gain of 5, 2nd down and 5 to go. Huff Teaser's the man who chased him out of bounds. He's the defensive right end. Notre Dame out of the huddle. Brenneman at center. DiNardo and Bolger at the guards. Neese and Sylvester at the tackles. Wide to the right is Demerly. In the slot to the left is Art Best. Bullock and Pennock are the running backs. And here's the give now to Pennock. And Pennock is going to be stopped for a loss back on the 28-yard line. And Gieffert, the right backer, is the man who came in there to make the stop. Gieffert is 6'2", a 213-pound senior from North Braddock, Pennsylvania. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Mutual, your news and sports radio network. I formation, 2 receivers set out on the right side. Pennock goes in motion. Here's Clements going back to throw. Throws over the middle, and it is caught. It is caught by Notre Dame, deflected and right into the hands of Bullock. Gieffert hit the ball and just sort of dropped it right into the hands of Bullock.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Bullock was as surprised, I think, as anybody else because Mark Gieffert had his hands on the football there. I thought he was going to make the interception. We've talked about the great speed. 12 yards the play goes. Mark Gieffert on the sidelines, almost intercepting, and then it popping into the hands for a completion to Wayne Bullock. Ben?
All right, one wide receiver, Demerly out to the left. Here's a give to Bullock. He's down to the 10, the 5, fumbles the ball, and Purdue recovers it in the end zone. Can you believe that? Bullock had a touchdown, and he fumbled the ball into the end zone, and the Purdue Boilermakers, Gieffert recovers the ball. Almost unbelievable. It'll be a touchback and brought back out to the 20-yard line. He could have walked on into the end zone, Al. He just started juggling the ball around, and it squirted out of his hands. And the Purdue Boilermakers came up with the ball in the end zone. Roman is flanked out wide to the right. The Boilermakers with the ball in an I formation from their own 20. And here's a pitch back now to Kidd. Kidd reverses his field, is hit at the 20, breaks a tackle, goes wide to the 25. He's at the 30, and is caught from behind by Reggie Barnett as he brings it all the way up to the 34-yard line, and they had him stopped at the line of scrimmage. He broke it for 14 yards. Fanning had him at the line and couldn't hold him, Al.
Fanning was the man who had him at the line. And I must say that Mike made a great dive at him because that was a beautiful cutback by Kidd. All of the action, all of the blocking went sweeping to the left. He cut back and bootlegged that play off to the right. Fanning took a crack at him, had him around the leg. He shook loose and made the yardage for a first down.
Patterson is wide to the left, Roman to the right, in an I formation. Borowski, the quarterback, and on to give now to his running back, Gross. He stopped at the 36-yard line. He got 1 yard on the play, and that's all. Notre Dame 10, Purdue 7. I want to tell you, if you're wondering about the other ball game, somehow, someway, they're keeping them a secret down here today. Roman is out wide to the right side. Santini, the tight end, on the left side. They have not thrown to him today. In motion to the left is Herrick, and waiting for it is Borowski, and he's rolling out to the left, looking for a receiver. Throws over the middle, and he took the words right out of my mouth. He hit Santini, the tight end. That's the first time they've gone with him today. Greg Collins made the tackle and shaken up on the play there for the Purdue Boilermakers. Was the offensive right tackle Ken Long of Ravenna, Ohio. They marked the ball on the 41, so they took the words right out of my mouth.
Well, I'll tell you one thing about this big tight end, Santini. He's tough. Bobrovsky now has completed 6 of 14 for 104 yards and 1 touchdown. And he is moving this Purdue football team now.
John Walling is in there now at that tight end spot, and it's 3rd down and 3. In motion to the right is Herrick, and Borowski is rolling out to the right. It got good blocking over there. Tries to turn the corner and cuts in, and he's hit pretty good at the 42-yard line. And over there to make the stop was Gary Fatima, the middle backer of Notre Dame, and that will bring up a 4th down as they brought him down on the 42. It'll be 4th down and 2 yards to go for Purdue. Notre Dame had a sure touchdown a moment ago when Bullock fumbled into the end zone and the Boilermakers recovered. So now it'll be 4th and 2 to go now for Purdue. 11:20 to play in the 3rd quarter. And Teresi will do the kicking, and going back, Bob Zanat along with Rudnick for Notre Dame in the double safety spot. Perfect pass from center. He gets it away, and look at this kick. All the way down to the 10-yard line, and Bob Zanat brings it back. He's back to the 10. He's going to be nailed on the 14-yard line, and that was a 48-yard kick. And the tackle was made by Dwight Lewis. Demerly out wide to the left is the only flanker. In motion goes Pinnock from the double wing, and Clements rolling out to the left. He's going to run with the ball, brings it to the 20, comes on up to the 26-yard line with it, and tackled on the 26 by Fred Cooper, the right cornerback of the Purdue Boilermakers, up on the 26-yard line. So it'll be a 1st down for Notre Dame from that point. 10:55 to go in the 3rd quarter. Notre Dame leading Purdue by a score of 10-7. The Irish out of the huddle with the ball on the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 to go. Now they have a wing formation. Set out in the wing is Pinnock, and the give is to Bullock. Bullock tries the middle, brings it up to the 30-yard line, getting on the play 4 yards, and hauled down in there by the middle of that line. Making the tackle was Mike Tasso, number 75 of Scarsdale, New York, and Gorgel making the stop. He's a middle backer from Northbrook, Illinois. And in motion goes Pinnock to the left again. The quarterback sneak, and carrying that ball is Clements to the 44-yard line. And that was the quarterback sneak. Bill Knox made the tackle, but I want to tell you, he executed that play beautifully. It's a 1st down for Notre Dame on the 44-yard line. Still in Notre Dame territory. Got good blocking in the wedge from Brenneman and DiNardo and Bolger.
And what happened there, Ben, was Clements took a look over the defenses and saw an overshift to the strong side, going to the strong side against him, and nobody playing on the weak side over there. He decided to run with it.
Art Best in motion to the right side. The counter play to Pinnock, and Pinnock is hit right at the 45 by Mark Gifford, the right linebacker of Purdue. And he has played an outstanding game today for the Boilermakers. 9 minutes and 40 seconds of playing time remaining in the 3rd quarter. Notre Dame leading by only 3 points over Purdue. Notre Dame will play Michigan State next Saturday. We'll broadcast that game across the nation and around the world. 2 running backs, Bullock and Art Best, and the give is to Art Best off right tackle. Got a hold. A jersey tackle was made there by Novak, and he brought him down, and Evans, and so they'll mark the ball. He almost broke it, and just a one-handed tackle managed to stop him. And they're going to put the ball on the 47-yard line. The series originated on the 44, so it all adds up to 3rd down and 7 yards to go now for Notre Dame. Demerly is the only wide man. It's a double wing formation with Pinnock going in motion, and here's Clements going back to throw. Throws over the middle to Best, and it's caught, though. The secondary receiver caught the ball on the 40-yard line. That was Demerly. I believe he actually threw to Best, and Demerly's the man who caught it.
Well, Best went up in the air. If he didn't throw to him, I'd say Best was trying to steal a football. Demerly made the catch behind him, but Best went up in the air and tried to grab it. It's good for 13 yards, Van, and the Irish now have moved that football from deep down there inside their 15 out to the 40-yard line of Purdue.
Demmerle's flanked out wide to the right side again. Best in the slot on the left. And here's the pitch to Pinnock, and Pinnock going off left tackle, breaks one tackle, gets down to the 35-yard line. He got about 5 yards on that play before he was brought down. Eric Pinnock. And Gifford and Chavatello, the two linebackers, two outside linebackers, are the men who made the stop on the 35. Checking in now for the Boilermakers is Randy Clark. And coming out of there, number 65, Mark Gifford, and he gets a nice hand as he does. He's been outstanding in this ball game defensively. Eric Pinnock in the slot. Waiting for it is quarterback Clements. He gives it to Bullock, and Bullock is down to the 30, down to the 29. He should have a first down for Notre Dame. Should be a first down. He got it down to the 29-yard line. And that's 12 first downs for Notre Dame. They're going to bring the chain out, but it looks like a first down from our vantage point here in our mutual booth. Today's game is being broadcast coast to coast, shortwaved and by satellite around the world on the American Forces Network. It is a first down, as we had called, for Notre Dame. Ready to go now. In motion is Best to give instead to the fullback Bullock. He's down to the 24-yard line, running straight ahead, and Chavatello made the tackle along with Jim Wood. Bill Brugner of South Bend, who makes a lot of these games with us, is not here today, and for an understandably good reason. He's getting married. I hope they got him to the church on time. Ball on the 24-yard line. It's second down and 5 to go. And here is the give to Best, and he's got the ball down to the 20. They nailed him on the 21. He's going to the 20. They may rule it dead on the 21. And Tim Rackey, the left safety man, made the stop on Best on the 21, and that's what they call it. So it'll be third down and 2 to go. How are they doing, Buck, on third down situations? Notre Dame has not been too effective today. They have only 3 out of 10 on third down conversions. Power I formation. Waiting for it, Clements. The ball is to Pinnock. Pinnock trying to go outside, and Pinnock gets it down to about the 27.5-yard line. And the tackle is made by Cooper. It'll be a first down for Notre Dame. The Irish lead 10-7. With 6 minutes and 10 seconds of playing time remaining. Now then, with the ball on the check the yard marker, they're going to mark it on the 18. So it'll be first down from the 18-yard line. 2 wide receivers, and here's Clements on a pitch to Pinnock. Pinnock following Clements, and he fights his way down inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line, running off left tackle. And Mike Tasso, the left tackle of Purdue, is the man who made the stop on Pinnock, along with Randy Clark and Chavatello. The ball is marked on the 13-yard line. It's second down and 5 to go for Notre Dame. Wing back is Pinnock. The give is to Bullock. He's at the 10. He's down to the 5. He's down to the 1. And he is stopped on the 1-yard line. And the tackle was made by Ron Hardy, who just went in there. Notre Dame, first down and goal to go on the 1-yard line of the Purdue Boilermakers. 5 minutes and 5 seconds to play. So the ball is on the 1-yard line.
Bullock, incidentally, has gained 50 yards, Van, in 10 carries, a 5-yard average.
The wing formation, the give is to Bullock. He dives over left guard. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Bullock just dived over the line, and Notre Dame moved 85 yards in 14 plays. And they now lead in this ball game 16-7. We'll have the try for point. And then there's Bob Thomas, and it's been a while since he's missed one, Al.
Long while. As a matter of fact, he had 49 straight going today, kicked his 50th.
85 yards and 14 plays. Doherty will hold, waiting for the spot. The ball is in the air, and the kick is good. So with the score, Notre Dame 17, Purdue 7. There's a timeout on the field. Now this for Royal Globe Insurance.
Wisconsin and Nebraska 7 in the second period. Here's the kickoff, Van.
Pittsburgh's leading Northwestern 14-7. Here's the kick now, coming down to Alec DiMarzio at the 2. He's back to the 10, 15 to the 20, and tripped up on the 24-yard line. And that was Rudnick who tripped him up. Kidd and Gross are the running backs in the I formation, the wing I, with a wide receiver. In motion is Herrick. And here's the quarterback, Bobrovsky handing off to Gross, and he almost fumbled that ball. And Gross got it back to the 26-yard line, and Jim Stock, the sophomore, 6'3", and Fanning made the tackle for Notre Dame on the 26, a gain of 2. Nice to have Tom Denon in our booth today from WNDU in South Bend, Al. He'll be with you on Thanksgiving Day when the Air Force plays Notre Dame. And now the quarterback, Borowski, with two running backs, Kidd and Gross behind him, takes the ball, goes back to throw, looks, throws, and this one is incomplete. Intended for Kidd, the back, who came out of the backfield and sprinted right straight down the sidelines. That was a similar pattern that Bobrovsky threw to Burton for their touchdown. Mike Fanning was putting the pressure on the quarterback. So it goes back to the 26-yard line, and it will be 3rd down and 8 yards to go for Purdue. And on 3rd down situations, the Boilermakers are 2 out of 7. Borowski is back to throw. He throws one. It is caught at the 36-yard line by Bob Herrick. Made a diving catch of the ball and got a 1st down for Purdue at the 36-yard line. He made a great catch on the ball. The ball was underthrown by Bobrovsky. Patterson comes in, replacing Herrick at the flanker. That's for Purdue. We've got 3 minutes and 47 seconds of playing time remaining in the 3rd quarter. Notre Dame leading 17-7 over Purdue. Wide the left side is Errol Patterson. Dan Roman is flanked to the right in the I formation. And Borowski with the ball, giving off to his running back, the fullback Pete Gross. Gross tries left guard, gets about a yard. Got it to about the 37-yard line, getting a yard on the play. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 to go now for Purdue, and Herrick comes back in at the flanker. Clock running with 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. So they send Roman wide to the left side. In motion now goes Herrick to the right side. Bobrovsky is going back to throw. He's going to be caught by Browner, the freshman defensive left end. Nailed him at the 29-yard line.
And it wasn't a thing that Jeff Romick, the big guard, the left guard who had pulled and whose assignment was to make the block on Ross Browner. There wasn't anything he could do about it because Browner was over the top of him. And what a big boy, this big freshman from Warren, Ohio. One of the best high school players in Ohio State history. All-American in high school, as a matter of fact, from Western Reserve High School in Warren. Browner is a big one, 6'3", 218.
Dan Roman, who had a brother who played at Ohio State, is flanked wide to the left, and here's the quarterback now. Bobrovsky's going to be hit back there, fumbles the ball, and let's see who got it. I don't know who got it, but there's a wild scramble for the ball. He was hit by Browner again and disengaged from the football, but I believe Purdue recovered the ball and was covered there by number 68 of the Boilermakers, and that's Jeff Romack, the left guard. So Purdue retains possession, but they are forced into a 4th down situation now with about 22, 23 yards to go. The ball's on the 24-yard line, and back in kick formation is Mike Terrizzi. And in rushing, 28 carries, 41 yards for Purdue today. Terrizzi gets a good kick. Zanat gets it on the 30. Looks for some running room, and he's trying to go wide. It's going to be dropped on the 28. So they had great coverage on that 47-yard kick. Great coverage. Minnesota and Kansas are tied at 10-10. Notre Dame's ball on the 26. A pitch to Art Best. Best breaks one tackle, brings the ball to the 39, and it's dropped right there by Bill Knox. Other scores, Arkansas leading Iowa State 10-0. And here's probably the biggest surprise of the day so far. Wisconsin and Nebraska in the 2nd quarter are tied 7-7. Pittsburgh leads Northwestern 14-7. Willie Townsend in there now for Notre Dame. Best, 10 carries, 101 yards today, and it's 2nd down and 8 to go with the ball on the 29-yard line. And Diminick is in there, too, for Notre Dame. And here goes a long pass downfield intended for Townsend, and Clements just underthrew him by 10 yards. Ken Novak putting the pressure on him. So we've got some fresh men in here now for Notre Dame. Russ Kornman is in there as a running back. And Diminick is in as a running back. And Willie Townsend is in as a split end. Diminick and Kornman are the running backs. Best goes in motion to the left, and Diminick now on the draw play to Diminick. He's at the 31-yard line and hauled down there by Chevitello, the linebacker on the left side, and that'll bring up a 4th down and force Notre Dame to surrender the ball. We've got 30 seconds of playing time remaining in the quarter. 21 seconds to go. Notre Dame out of the huddle. Best is wide to the left, and Doherty will do the kicking here for Notre Dame, and they have one deep man, that's Wood, dropping back here for the Purdue Boilermakers. And the flag is thrown, so with the score, Notre Dame 17, Purdue 7. There's a timeout on the field. Now this for Delco. Offside, they have ruled it now against Purdue, and they've walked it off 5 yards, but Notre Dame is still short of a first down. It's 4th down and 2, and Doherty stays in there to do the kicking for Notre Dame. Wood is dropping back in the single safety spot, waiting now for the snap. Alvarado is the center for Notre Dame. Sun is shining brightly now. It's a beautiful afternoon here in Indiana. Low pass from center, but Doherty gets it away and booms it deep. Wood is going back for it to the 16-yard line. Tries to get some running room, and he is hit hard at the 22-yard line. And a 48-yard kick. Sylvester is the man who made the tackle on him. And that should be the end of the third quarter. With the score, Notre Dame 17, Purdue 7. In motion now is Herrick. Out wide to the right, East Melcart, Indiana. Borowski has the football. He's rolling out to the right. He's going to be nailed back on the 18-yard line by Gary Potemka, the middle backer from Niles, Illinois. So he brought him down on the 18. That's a loss of 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 14 yards to go. Potemka's played a fine game today, Al.
He certainly has, Ben, and he is a very versatile young man.
Purdue in 29 rushes has gained only 37 yards today. They send a man in motion to the right, Patterson, and Borowski giving off now to the fullback, Gross. And Gross goes to the 21, possibly the 22-yard line, and is hit right there. In there making the tackle was Greg Collins, number 50, a junior from Troy, Michigan. That's just outside Detroit. And so mark the ball now on the 22-yard line and make it 3rd down and 10 to go for the Purdue Boilermakers. Herrick is going back in, and Patterson goes out. Herrick is from Elkhart, Indiana. He's 6'1", 180-pound senior. Kidd and Gross are the running backs. Wide receiver set out there, and here's Borowski going back to throw, and he unloads one over there that is caught but out of bounds. It was caught by Dan Roman. He caught it in front of Rudnick, but he caught it out of bounds. And so that will bring up a 4th down, 10 situation now for the Boilermakers, and will force them to kick, and Teresi comes in to do the kicking, and Bob Zanat and Rudnick go back in the double safety spot. This is punt number 6 for Teresi today. He's inside the 10-yard line. Snap back to him, and he gets his kick away. A low spiral. Going back for it is Bob Zanat. Gets it at the 30. Goes wide now, trying to cut upfield. Gets a block from Rudnick. Is hauled down from behind on the 33-yard line. And that was a 48-yard kick. And the tackle was made by DiMarzio. Waiting for it now is Tommy Clements, and Clements on give on the counter to Best. Best is at the 40-yard line with it, running off right tackle. On that counter, he got 7 yards, and Jim Wood made the tackle. So it's on the 40-yard line, where it will be 2nd down and 3 yards to go for Notre Dame. The Irish lead 17-7, 13 minutes of playing time remaining. Coming out of the lineup now for Purdue, Chevitello, and he's played a fine ball game today. They're going to have a tough time picking the outstanding player of this ball game.
You better know it.
Wide to the right side now was one man, but Kornman takes a handoff. Demerly was flanked out, and Kornman took the handoff, and he only got a couple of yards trying to run off right tackle, and the tackle was made by Mark Gorgel of Northbrook, Illinois. So mark the ball on the 42-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about a yard to go now for Notre Dame. Everybody's in tight in the power I formation. 3 of 4 in the second half on 3rd downs. And Clements on a give now to Dominic to the 45. He's got a 1st down. And Mark Gieffert, the right linebacker, made the tackle for Purdue on the 45-yard line. So it'll be a 1st and 10 to go for Notre Dame with the ball on the 45-yard line of Notre Dame. Dan Morin was in there to guard. He's going out. And Bolger's back in there. Pro set, one flanker, Demerly to the left. Here's the give now to the fullback, Kornman, and Kornman right up the middle to the 45. He's down to the 42 and brought down in Purdue territory on the 42-yard line. A blast up the middle, and Jim Wood, who's played an outstanding game today, along with Tim Rackey, made the tackle there for Purdue. 1st down on the 42.
Well, the Irish are pumping it up, man. They got the offense moving now.
Clements did a great job of faking on that play, and that actually set the play up, send Kornman through the middle. Diminick and Kornman are the running backs. Best is in motion to the right. And here's a pitch out to Best, and Best was hit right at the 45-yard line just as he got his hands on that football out there. And in there to make the tackle was number 32, Chevitello, along with 31, Bill Knox of Gary, Indiana. And, boy, they were right there with him when Clements got the ball over to Art Best. Back to the 45. He lost 3. It'll be second down and 13 yards to go for Notre Dame. Diminick in the slot on the right side. Dimmerly is split out wide to the left. The running backs are Kornman and Art Best. In motion is Diminick, and here's the counter to Kornman. He's down to the 40, down to the 38, and hauled down on the 38-yard line. And that'll bring up a third down, and Ken Novak is the man who made the stop for Purdue, along with Bill Knox, the left cornerback. Notre Dame leading at 17-7. Third down and 5 yards to go for the Irish, with the ball resting on the 38-yard line of the Purdue Boilermakers. And it's a tight formation now with a power I. Power I with the wingback, Art Best, and it is given there to Art Best. Best is at the 35. He's down to the 34-yard line. Let's see if he picked up enough yardage. He's going to be short of a first down on the 34-yard line. So what will the Irish do here? Clements goes over to talk to Ara Parsegan, and Parsegan comes in with Bullock and Pennock, and going out of there, Diminick and Kornman, and that means Al, he's going to go for it. Waiting for it is Clements. Clements gives it off to Best, and Best is down to the 30-yard line. He's got a first down. Bill Knox brought him down, but not before he got a first down for Notre Dame. First and 10 to go for the Irish. 9:24 to play. Notre Dame leading 17-7. Notre Dame has run 66 plays in this ball game. Purdue has managed 47.
Excellent block by Dave Casper on that play, Van. And, of course, you've got a lot of action going right up the middle. They give you the old fake. And Clements does it so beautifully.
Power I formation again with Clements calling the signals. Tight formation. Both ends are in tight. And here's Clements hiding the ball. He's going to run with it. He's down to the 30. He's down to the 27-yard line on the bootleg, rolling out to the left. He got 3 yards on the play, that's all. He was stopped in there by Ron Hardy. Ron Hardy of Portsmouth, Virginia, making the stop. And it's nice to have you with us today, wherever you are. Notre Dame leading 17-7 with 8:45 to go in this ball game. In the slot is Art Best, and he goes in motion to the right, and the give is to Bullock, and Bullock dances into the middle of that line, gets down to the 23-yard line, and Ron Hardy makes the stop again for Purdue down on the 23. So that'll make it third down and 3 yards to go for Notre Dame. The Irish grinding it out, 17-7 they're leading. Purdue at one time in this ball game had the lead. And here comes Hunter. Here comes the speedster, Al Hunter, a 6-footer, 195 pounds, replacing Best. Bullock and Hunter, the running backs. The give is to Hunter. Hunter is cutting it over right tackle, and he's going to be dropped for a loss on the 25-yard line. He stopped over there. No chance for him to go that way. So they dumped him on the 25-yard line. It'll be fourth down coming up and 5 yards to go. 4th and 5. Bob Thomas is in there. Doherty is kneeling on the 32-yard line, which would be a 42-yard field goal. Here's the kick. He's got distance. Let's see if he's got accuracy. It is good. So with the score, Notre Dame 20, Purdue 7. There's a timeout on the field.
Notre Dame tees it up at the 40-yard line.
Here's the boot by Brown. And this one is hitting into the end zone and goes out of the field of play, so it'll be brought back out to the 20-yard line. In play, first down and 10 to go for the Purdue Boilermakers. 2 running backs in there, Key and Gross, and Borowski's going back to throw. He throws over the middle, and it is batted away by Notre Dame. Luther Bradley had a hand on it, intended for Bob Herrick, and broken up. So the ball on the 20-yard line. Borowski is 7 out of 18 for 114 yards and 1 touchdown. Roman is flanked to the right along with Errol Patterson, who's from St. Louis. I formation, and the top of the I is Roy Kidd. Borowski is the quarterback, and he's waiting in the I, and he goes back to throw. Sets up from the pocket and throws, and this one is incomplete. On the 30-yard line, ruled incomplete, and Barnett was right on top of Roman, and the crowd is yelling interference, but they were both going for the football, and that's legal.
That's legal, that certainly is. Now, there was a lot of howling from the stands on that, but remember, this is a very partial crowd here. This is the Purdue home stand.
I formation, 2 wide receivers on the left, Kidd and Gross. Here is Borowski back to throw again. He looks, throws deep, and this one is intercepted but out of bounds and batted away. Back there to cover for Notre Dame. We got a new defensive back there, Lopinski. Lopinski from Akron, Ohio. Tom Lopinski. Lopinski was over there, and he batted the ball away, so that'll bring up a 4th down and 10. Clock shows 6 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the game. Notre Dame leading Purdue by a score of 20-7. Mike Teresi, who's kicked very good today, is back now in kick formation inside the 10. A good pass from center, gets his kick away, and it's a short kick and rolling around on the 50-yard line, and finally it hits a Purdue man on the 46-yard line. So it'll be dead there on the 46, and that was a kick of 34 yards. Clements, the quarterback, the ball on the 46-yard line. He gives it to Bullock, and Bullock tries right guard, gets to the 48. And Mark Gorgel, the middle backer, Purdue, rides him back for about 5 yards. Notre Dame leading 20-7. The sun has gone behind the clouds again now at Lafayette, Indiana. So mark that ball on the 48-yard line, make it 2nd down and 8 yards to go. The Irish with 6:20 to go. They've had a battle on their hands out here with the Boilermakers today. Demerly's out wide to the right. And Pinnock and Bullock are the running backs. And the give is to Pinnock. And Pinnock at the 50s down to the 46-yard line into Purdue territory. And Fred Cooper makes the tackle along with Jim Wood. And so mark the ball on the 46.
Van, Wisconsin and Nebraska, real surprise there. 7-7 at the end of 3 quarters of play.
Here's the pitch back to Art Best. Best cutting in a tackle, gets to the 43-yard line, and he's got a 1st down, I believe, for Notre Dame. It is 1st and 10 Notre Dame on the 43-yard line of Purdue. And the tackle was made by Oliver. And also on the tackle was the linebacker, Chevitello. So mark that ball on the 43-yard line. Make it 1st down and 10 to go. 5 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the game. Notre Dame leading 20-7. 18 first downs for Notre Dame today. Clements gives it to Art Best, off right tackle. Best is at the 40. He's down to the 35. He's down to the 33-yard line. He is very close to another 1st down for Notre Dame, and he's had quite a day. Let's check his yardage.
Give you an idea of how hard those guards are hitting Tim Bolger. The left guard made the pull there to lead that play, play up the right avenue there. And as he made the turn, he made the block so hard that one of his shoes popped off. Best is 126 yards and 16 carries. Van?
Here's Bullock running off right guard down to the 31-yard line for the 1st down. It was 2nd down, about a half a yard to go. So now it's marked on the 31-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10 to go for Notre Dame from that point on the 31. 4 minutes and 23 seconds of playing time remaining. Notre Dame with the 1st down. That's 19 first downs. They lead 20-7. The clock is moving. Randy Clark in there making the stop. The ball on the 31-yard line. Demerly's flanked out wide to the right. Best has had quite a day today. He's gained 126 yards. And here's the give to Pinnock. And Pinnock is dumped back on the 35-yard line, and they were waiting for him. In there was Ron Hardy. He was waiting for him, along with Jim Rackey, and they nailed him back on the 35-yard line, a loss of 4 yards on the play. Going out is Moore, and he's being replaced by Tom Bolger. Art Best is going out. Hunter is in there as a wing back, and the give is to Hunter on the counter. He's at the 30, and he's all the way down to the 29-yard line. He's got a 1st down for Notre Dame on the 29-yard line. Randy Clark made the tackle. Oh, check that. I said 1st down. He's running from the 1st down, so mark it 29. 3rd down. Series originating on the 31. The ball is now on the 29. Deminick is in the backfield now. Hunter is in the backfield. He's in motion to the right. Waiting for it is quarterback Clements. He's going back to throw. He's got time. Throws. Intercepted. There wasn't a Notre Dame man anywhere close to that. It was intercepted by Bill Knox. Nobody close to him there. So with the score, Notre Dame 20, Purdue 7. There's a timeout on the field. Now this for United Airlines. It's a table for 2 and coach when no one's in the middle. And extra roomy closets to keep you wrinkle-free. United Airlines Friendship Service. Good reason more people choose the friendly skies than any other airline in the land. Now we're ready to go. Borowski takes a snap, fades back, fires out in the left flat to Kidd, incomplete. That stops the clock. Brings the ball back to the 21-yard line again. There was a flag on the play. Notre Dame was offside on the play. So we'll have a 5-yard walk-off, which will move the ball to the 25-yard line. There have been 7 turnovers in this ball game today. And Borowski now is going back to throw again. He's being rushed out there, and he tackled back on the 20-yard line by Jim Stock, who went barreling through there, the defensive end, a sophomore, to bring him down back on the 20. 2:35 to go. And the clock shows now 2:30 as it continues to run. Notre Dame leading 20-7. The ball on the 20-yard line.
They had the blitz going again there, Van. Realizing a passing down, they put the pressure on the quarterback, got to him.
Second down, about 10 to go. Borowski's going back to throw again. He's being chased out there and is going to be nailed back on the 14-yard line. And there was Jim Stock again, making his second straight fine play. Defensively, as the clock moves at 1:54, Notre Dame's not calling out, neither is Purdue calling a timeout. Ball back on the 14-yard line, where it'll be third down, about 16 yards to go. Art Best has been voted the outstanding player in this ball game today with his 126 yards. 2 wide receivers on the right side, waiting for Borowski with 1:24 to go. He goes back to pass. He looks, he throws, and this one is caught, and a great catch out there by Roman. Up on the 31-yard line, and he might have just enough for a first down. Reggie Barnett made the tackle.
From Barry Buick, 16,000 Detroit Avenue in Lakewood.
Borowski going back, and he uncorks a bomb intended for Roman down on the 25-yard line. Incomplete. Reggie Barnett was right with him step for step. So it's incomplete with 54 seconds, stopping the clock. Notre Dame 20, Purdue 7. Second down and 10 to go. With the ball on the 32-yard line. On the 32-yard line of Purdue, it belongs to the Boilermakers. Patterson is coming out. He's being replaced by Herrick at the flanker. Borowski in the I formation with second down and 10. And now Borowski going back to throw again. Throws over the middle, and this one is, is it caught? It is caught on the 41-yard line by Bob Herrick. He took it right away from 2 Notre Dame defenders right there. Luther Bradley was one of them. Lipinski was the other. He just took that ball right away from him.
Well, they're working on the sophomore, Tom Lipinski. That might not be a wise idea because this young fellow, 6'1", 182 yards, has great speed, comes from Akron, Ohio, and he's getting a little action in there today.
And it will be 4th down and less than a yard to go. Borowski on the quarterback sneak, and I believe he got a first down. He moved it a foot anyway, didn't he? 2 wide receivers. 27 seconds to go. Borowski's going back to throw. He throws a little sideline pattern out here, complete to Herrick, who rolls out of bounds and stops the clock at the 50-yard line. He stops the clock, and they're going to bring it in now and place it right on the 50. Purdue was asking for the timeout. Herrick has 5 for 50 today. And here is quarterback Borowski going back to throw, and he's going to be sacked. Back on the 46-yard line, Willie Fry from Memphis, Tennessee, coming in there to make the stop. And they call a timeout with 11 seconds. Gary Potemkin was also in there. The deep receivers had really gone deep. They were down around the end zone. 11 seconds of playing time remaining. It will be third down and 7 yards to go now. I formation. Borowski waits for it, takes it, goes back to throw, stays in the pocket, looks and throws, and this one is caught, and there was a collision with Bradley immediately. Caught by the Boilermakers, and you want to talk about a collision, we had one. Catching the ball, number 23 is Skip Peterson. It looks like Bradley is laid out on the play, and the Boilermaker fans begin to cheer.
Boy, Bradley hit him head on. Looked like a couple of freight trains flagging one another down on the same track. Luther Bradley, who is 6'2" and 195 pounds, meeting Skip Peterson, who is 6'1" and 199 pounds, and both of them under a full head of steam going after the football.
Wide on the right side now is Herrick. Back goes Borowski, and he throws, and this one is intercepted by Rudnick. He's got it at the 20, goes to the 25, brings it back to the 30, brings it back to the 35, 36, and time runs out. The gun goes off, and that's the ball game. As Notre Dame has defeated Purdue 20-7, we'll present the wrap-up of today's game after this for Delco and Lazy Boy Chairs.